Jai Hind everyone. My name is Aman Gupta and I am working as an assistant professor in MCA department in Ajay Kumar Garg Engineering College. My subject is cyber security whose subject code is BMC 106. Today we are going to discuss about cloud computing and the risk associated with cloud computing. What are the latest trends in mobile computing and what are the attacks that worked upon these 3G network, what are credit card frauds, and what may be the security challenges that have been posed by the mobile devices. So let's start first of all discuss about cloud computing, that what is cloud computing. So first of all, what is cloud? So let's discuss about cloud. What is cloud? It is a combination of some hardware and the software. Hardware means like servers, disk, networking equipment. These all comes under the hardware. And what are the softwares? Software are like, we have two types of softwares, like some application softwares and system softwares. So like operating system comes under the system software. And what are the application software? In which some purpose have been solved to the user, that is called the application software or the utilization software, utility. And these needed to run the hardware in a data center. So cloud is a place, a data center where all type of hardware and software collectively placed, and user can access their resources from that place. That is called the cloud. And what is cloud computing? We can define cloud computing as there is a way to access the resources, computing resources on demand, such as storage, servers, and network software. All these things we can access through the cloud computing, and we can make use of these type of utilities by having a secure internet connection. And it always allows the users or the clients to rent the computing services. In traditional time, or if we talk about some traditional way, first we have to purchase some servers and deploy all the resources that we need to run our services, our softwares. So cloud give us a resource that instead of buying these type of costly resources, we can rent, or we can have, they have a scheme like if user wants to take that server on a monthly basis, yearly basis. So these type of plans that have been provided in a cloud computing, and user or client can rent these services on these cloud servers. Now we can also define cloud computing as a model. It is a model that can enable the on-demand network access data to a shared pool of configurable computing resources. Resources we can talk about like network, servers, storage, databases, different type of applications. These are all comes under the resources, computing resources that can be rapidly provisioned and released with minimal management. They are offering different type of services to manage all these resources, and user can pay for it and use for their utility. Now what are the key aspects of cloud computing? So first of all, like storage services, deployment models. In cloud computing we can take use of the storage. User can save the files to a remote source. We can have our database deployed on a cloud server, and we can access our files from there only. So we have Google Drive, Dropbox, OneDrive, or many other type of databases we can have on our cloud computing servers. Services, we have different type of services resides in a cloud computing server, like IaaS, infrastructure as a service. We can discuss all these in our later slides. Platform as a service and software as a service, IaaS, PaaS and SaaS. Now we have deployment models. We can these servers, these cloud computing servers provides different type of models divided into public, private or hybrid type of models. They have different type of functionalities according to their deployment, that they have provided a separate server for deploying our services, that is called the private, and they are, if we are taking we have to pay a small amount, then we can take a public server, like in which other organizations data or other websites data also reside on the same server, that is called the public. And in hybrid we can have both the type of public and private type of servers that we can access, and we can have our data on that servers. Now next one is the layers. Cloud computing has two layers, front end and back end. So what is front end means? Front end means where the users or the client directly interact with the data, that is called the user interface, that is the front end. And back end is the where all the functionalities database resides, is called the back end layer. In this layer all the processing and storage of data stores. And next one is the security. Cloud computing uses security and privacy features to keep the information safe. Next is sustainability, and cloud computing can be made more environment friendly by reducing carbon emissions and using renewable energy, because all the servers have been placed in a data center. So there is a redundancy in maintaining our server in our organizations physically. Now this is a service model. On premise, if we have on premise model, that is called the customer managed. In this all type of services, means applications, security considerations, databases, operating system, virtualization, server storage, networking and data centers, all type of services managed only by the customer. And if you're talking about infrastructure as a service, that is IaaS, in this these are managed by the customer's applications, security, database and operating systems, that that are the front end and back end services, that is managed by the customer. But all the storage and the processing part, that is handled by the infrastructure type of services, handled by the provider. So that is called the infrastructure. And infrastructure, we have servers, storage, networking and data centers, that is a part of a infrastructure. So it is called as the infrastructure as a service. These cloud servers give us infrastructure on a rent based, and we have to pay for these type of services, and these services are managed by only ourselves, that is the client. And if we are talking about platform as a service, that is PaaS, in this all the services like security, database, operating system, all these are provided by the cloud servers, that is called the provider, and customer has to only interact with the applications, that is called the platform as a service. Now next one is the software as a service. In this all the things have been provided by the cloud servers, applications, security, databases, these are all managed by the provider. We can define these models as, if you're first of all we are talking about infrastructure as a service, that is IaaS. It refers to the online services that provide high level APIs used to abstract various low level details of underlying network infrastructure like physical computer resources, location, data partitioning, security, backup. Means infrastructure like details are handled by the provider. And when we are talking about platform as a service, it refers to the capability provided to the customer into deploying the cloud infrastructure or customer created or acquired applications by using programming languages, libraries, services and tools that are supported by the provider. The consumer does not manage, the client does not manage the underlying cloud infrastructure, that is including network, servers, operating system, but he has to control and he has to work or interact only with the applications. And infrastructure as a service, it refers to the capability provided to the consumer is to use the provider applications running on a cloud infrastructure. In this, it is a software as a service. That is SaaS. This is software as a service and it refers to the capability in this all the infrastructure type data and the applications type data like storage and the user front end, back end, all stored on a service provider. And the consumer does not manage or control the underlying cloud infrastructure. He only have to all the things have been already deployed on the server and user have only to interact or to provide their requirements to the server, that they need this type of software, these type of operating system to run their application, and all the things have been, all the resources have been provided with the service provider. Now, what may be the cloud computing risk? When we come upon on the risk associated with the cloud computing, first one is the data loss. Data can be, in traditional systems also data can be lost, but in cloud computing data can also be accidentally shared or deleted if access policies are not configured correctly or if backups are not taken regularly. So in cloud computing also, this risk also associated with the traditional one, and we can also have these type of risk in cloud computing, data loss. Now next one is the data breaches. Cloud providers store large amount of data. So a data breach or a hacker can find some ways to leak that data, and it can result into some financial losses and also some reputational damage. So data breaches can occur through the phishing attacks, malware injections, exploiting vulnerability if there are having some loopholes in the systems. So hackers can utilize these type of risks. Next one is the insecure APIs. Attackers can exploit the insecure APIs to gain unauthorized access to the system. Now next is insider threats. Employees with the legitimate access can also harm the systems or can falsely access the cloud services and can misuse it for the personal gain or having some malicious purpose. Next one is the malware. Malware is an intrusive software or having some virus that can damage or destroy the system. Next one is the lack of visibility. Without visibility into the cloud infrastructure, it is very difficult to detect and respond to the threats. So first of all, when we are working upon some software or some applications, we need to list out all the possible ways which can be harmful to our software. So visibility of taking all these aspects into a frame is very much needed. Next one is the account hijacking. Cyber criminals can obtain login information to remotely access sensitive data, and by having this they can also have the login ID and passwords of the users or the administrators, and can access the sensitive data easily and can harm the system. Now trends in mobility and attacks in the 3G networks. So there may be a different type of or a number of attacks that can be launched against the mobile networks. We can have two type of networks or types, that is out of mobile network and inside mobile network. So when we talk about attacks against 3G mobile networks, we can have malwares, viruses, worms. So when we there is a need to raise the awareness about the risk that exists when using mobiles. We are talking about the mobile risk. So when a user shift from 2G to 3G, then there are some risks that are associated with that feature, and in that process malwares and trojans can harm the mobiles easily. Now the skull trojan, it is designed to infect series 60 phones. This is a series 60 phones that running the Symbian mobile operating system, and this is the virus that have been especially designed for harm these systems. Now next one is the cabir worm. It is the known worm in foams. It attacks mobiles and it scans remaining in the devices for its replica to start mobile, which detects using Bluetooth. It gets activated when a mobile has been started, and it get to replicate itself. It's just like worms in the same way that worms gets replicated and increase their volumes, in the same way that worm starts to corrupt the mobile operating system. Next one is the mosquito trojan. It is also a corrupted variant of the mosquito's mobile games that is targeted to the series 60 phones, and it is mostly comes when a user is transferring from 2G to the 3G network. Attacks against 3G mobile networks, Brador Trojan, it infects the mobile operating system. This is the file that it used in this. This is the file which resides in the starter file of Windows, and it gives the full access to the phones, and that is the worms who can access. This is the virus Brador Trojan that get access to that file and have some misuse of that file to harm the system. Next is the Lasco worm. It is published in 2005 and it is designed to attack the Symbian based PDAs and cell phones. It is also based on the Cabit's code, and it used the Bluetooth technologies to replicate or increase its number. Now next one we have the DDoS, distributed denial of service attack. In this attack, the overall purpose of this assault is to ensure that the system is inaccessible to the targeted users. So the request, when a user request or respond to a request of the client, there are a number of unwanted requests going to the server. A distributed DOS attack is of the one of the main prevalent cybersecurity risk to the wired internet service providers. So this type of assault entails the deployment of a bot, and that is a collection of associated gadgets that are utilized to flood a targeted system with a number of requests and having some bogus traffic. When a number of unwanted or unauthorized request hits to the server, it gets confused and it replies in the term of service, means network not uh, in is not responding, or this type of response comes when there are a number of requests comes to the server. Next one is the overbilling attack. So an attacker hijacks a user's IP address and then uses it to begin non-free transfers or just for own reasons. If any transaction is charged to the real user and a user IP address is restored to an IP pool, hacker can easily intercept this and take the ownership. So after that, the hacker takes advantage of a user's mobile network services if we have the access of users mobile services. Now next one is the spoofed policy development process. In this, there are if there are flaws in GTP, spoofing occurs when hacker pretends to be a legitimate user or client in case of theft or information, and he can install malicious software by giving the links that are appearing legitimate to the user and get around security measures. Next one is the signaling level attacks, that is voice over internet protocol services that are provided using signaling, and these type of services having multiple type of security flaws, and hackers can exploit these type of flaws to harm the system. We have different type of credit card frauds also in the mobile computing. That is, first of all, if you are talking about skimming, in this type of scam, credit card details are stolen with the help of a device called a skimmer. And if the card gets swiped through a skimmer, it stores all the data from the card, and this information can then be duplicated on the another card. Next one is the dumpster diving. People casually discard bills or documents which contains their credit card details. So anyone, any other person who intentionally wants to collect them and to retrieve the other person bank details, and you want to scam or want to have that other person information or credit card details, so this process is known as the dumpster diving. The person who is intentionally wants to theft other person's credit card details, that is called the dumpster diving. Next one is the phishing. In this attack, a person sends some links through mail, mobile, SMS, through mails, and these links seems legitimate or in original to the user or the client, and they are click on that links and having trap into the hackers wishes according to the, and this involves the persuasion. So suppose there is a mail, a user receives a mail from an financial organization or a bank that is looking very much real to him, and once he has clicked on that link, it will redirect to a fake website, and where he asked all the personal information or the user, and if user fills all the detail, he is trapped into the phishing attack. Next one is the keystroke capturing. In hackers mostly use keystroke logging through certain software to find the credit card details. there are multiple type of softwares available nowadays on internet also, in which there is a logging. If you are using that some website and uh, uh, to have some purchase or on some social engineering, social networking websites, so through using these keystroke logging, the hackers who are intentionally want to access your credit card details can have your data. Next one is the SIM swap. Cyber criminals can also call any mobile operator and pretend to be a credit card holder and requesting a duplicating SIM card. They can also ask the operator to deactivate the cardholder number, and the by creating new IDs, receive OTPs, can change the mobile number, and can also execute the online transactions. So this is called the SIM swap. Next one is the application fraud. When identity theft happens, someone tries to impersonate you by using stolen documents to get a credit card under your name. By having your real Aadhaar card, PAN card, these type of original documents, stolen documents you can say, and can apply for a credit card in your name, and having any with criminal intentions, and it can have some financial loss to you. Next one is the hacking. This is the most common type of credit card fraud, and it is the most oldest method of fraudulent activities it involves. So with this technology, hackers also developing their skills. As we know, we have different type of hacking activities are increasing day by day. So that is the one of them is hacking, and it is also evolving day by day. There are some security challenges in mobile devices. When we are using mobile devices, that is called the device diversity. To implicate the security services, there are some challenges also, that is users have different type of operating system. There are multiple type of mobile devices available in the market, and these are available with different type of operating systems also. So to tackle these security resolutions to all the operating system is a challenge for the organizations. Bring your own device. The trend of mobile using personal mobile device for work purposes, and these they all have different type of mobile devices, Android, iOS. So these type of devices, and to implicate all the security services to these type of devices is also a very much security challenge. Mobile malware and vulnerabilities. To find out the mobile malwares and vulnerabilities, loopholes in the mobiles is a different type of activities that is very much targeted by the malware and malicious apps. Data leakage and loss. As we all know that data leakage is a issue in and a challenge for a security, app security, network security. When we are working and using internet all the time, then we have to secure our devices. Using network security is very important also, and this is a challenge for us also. User awareness and education. It also plays a very important role in mobile device security, that all the users should know that how to secure their applications or mobile devices, which software they need to install, or which software they have to they not have to install. Patch management. Timely patching of operating system applications is very much crucial for addressing the security vulnerabilities. So to make our mobile devices secure, there are some challenges that we have to keep in our mind, and then we have to take steps according to it. So that's all for today. Thank you.